Hey everyone, Carrie here. And I know, I've been gone for 10 months. I would give excuses, but that's what all other YouTubers do. So instead, I'll just repent 299 times for each of the days I was gone. Okay, here we go. So in this video, I want to talk about something that happened to me last year that played a big factor into why I quit. As many of you know, I have this alternate channel called Abacaba, where I upload data visualizations and whatnot. I like to visualize stuff that everyone's familiar with, but not many people know the full story behind. So around April of last year, I decided my next project was going to be the history of internet memes. I mean, we all know memes go in and out of fashion, and we've all got our favorites. But do you remember which meme topped the charts in February 2013? Exactly, you don't. So looking for some data to use, I emailed the Know Your Meme company asking for their page view data on each meme page for each month. I got a response, replied, and got ghosted. But you know me, I never give up.
I just can't see it becoming anything more interesting than it currently is, so I think I might take a break.
So instead of using page view data, which I could not obtain, I combined the public Google Trends data for each meme term with the public total Know Your Meme page view count to create an approximate level of activity for each meme each month. Specifically, that means I first downloaded the HTML for the first 70 pages of Know Your Meme's list of most popular memes. With that data, I made over 1,500 GET requests to the Know Your Meme website, one for each meme page, each spaced 5 seconds apart so my IP wouldn't get banned. Then I had to use the Google Trends Python API with each meme search term to get the overall trend shape. Notice that when I say meme search term, that's not the same as meme name, because you can't get Google Trends for a meme like loss by simply searching loss. You have to get more creative. In loss's case, to get a more accurate picture of its rise and fall, it's better to search loss meme. But this is an issue that can only be solved on a case-by-case basis. So yeah, put simply, that's how I made the final bar graph simulation. Go watch this video if you want a better explanation. From what I remember, collecting the data and creating the bar graph visualization took about a week. Now, when I was discussing this video with my musically talented friend DemiPixel, I mentioned that I wanted to play a lot of meme songs relevant to each time period as they showed up in the video. My goal was to trigger some nostalgia in viewers' brains as they saw the memes of the same era show up, you know? But Demi retorted with something like,
"You're gonna get copyright claims so hard if you choose the wrong songs."
I was like, oh yeah, good point. I mean, at the time, Abacaba only had 40,000 subscribers, so it was unlikely any new upload would make more than $100 from ad revenue. That's why I initially didn't give it any thought. But why not err on the side of caution, you know? So I decided to research each meme song to find out if it was copyright claimable or copyright free. That involved me finding this 7-year-old video with 346 views that pretty much answered the question for peanut butter jelly time. In the end, I think I used 7, maybe 8 songs? Most songs, like this orchestral cover of Nyan Cat, were probably safe to use, but I also wanted to use the song We Are Number One for the 2016 portion of the video, since it's so iconic. However, that song has aired on TV on the show Lazy Town. While I have the opportunity, can I just say rest in peace, Stephen Carl Stephenson? F. So I'm thinking, I definitely don't want to play a TV show's song in my video and wake up the next day to a copyright strike from the TV network. But I really wanted to use it because it's such a pivotal moment in internet meme culture. So I found a remix of the song by The Living Tombstone, which as far as I could tell, was not claimed by the original Lazy Town company. His music's awesome, by the way, big fan of the underrated FNAF 4 song. But I thought, maybe I'm safer if I just use this remix. After all, we have mutual friends, and he's a fellow YouTuber, so he understands the struggle. So I added it in, plop, and I clicked render, boop. By the way, as this was all happening, my friend Catherine and I were working on a problem set for our natural language processing class at Stanford. We're night owls, so the video wasn't ready to upload till after midnight. Now, my YouTube friends have told me over and over not to upload around midnight, but I figured this wasn't going to be my biggest project anyway, so I ignored their advice and uploaded it at 12:19 a.m. And there we go, the video went public. Internet, go flood your brain with old memes. A few hours went by, and as Catherine and I were trying to wrap our heads around what the heck PPMI was, I periodically checked the analytics out of curiosity. And okay, it was getting about 1,000 views an hour. Pretty typical for a channel of that size in the dead of night. But then, 3 hours later, I opened the app again, and all the previous hourly bars had disappeared. I think to myself, seriously, another glitch? YouTube needs to get it together, because glitches like these have happened before. But then I realized the previous bars hadn't disappeared, it's just that the vertical scale no longer went up to 2,000, but 200,000. They've been scaled out of visibility. And that's when I realized, oh, for once, the algorithm decided it liked an Abacaba video, and it liked it a lot. So now I'm getting like a comment a second when ding, I get an email. I decide to read it and it says, hello, you've got a copyright claim. You actually got 2. So it turned out, they came from whichever company owned Tay Chocolate Rain, and, you guessed it, whichever company owned the Living Tombstones We Are Number 1 remix. It's Greenwave Media. And I said, what? I thought I checked every song, but it turns out I didn't, because the Living Tombstones YouTube bio literally says this, which I didn't do. Sorry TLT, I deeply apologize, that's my bad. While we're on the topic of repenting, hey you over there! Huh? You can stop repenting, you've already done way more than 299. Oh, you're right. I didn't notice. Okay, bye! So yeah, despite my best efforts, I got 2 copyright claims. But on that day, I figured it wasn't that big of a deal, and we finished the piece at around 5 a.m. So I was gonna go to bed. The next morning, I woke up. 800,000 views, but I really needed to stop staying up so late. By the way, can I just complain about something? This video got over 1 million views in its first 23 hours. And unless you're gonna tell me that each of the 40,000 original subscribers watched it 25 times, almost all the traffic must have come from outside sources. So viewers, go to the trending tab right now and see if you can find a video older than 1 day with under 1 million views, preferably coming from a channel larger than 40k. I know you'll be able to do it. Well, my video never trended, so don't come at me with that trending algorithm is complicated because it takes into account views from outside sources stuff. I know what's really going on. This video didn't trend because the video was demonetized, and I'm not a corporation that's paid YouTube lots of money. Anyway, the next day, I emailed Tay for help, and within 24 hours, he lifted the claim and gave me helpful advice for avoiding future claims. Thanks, Tay! But I've had bad experiences with multi-channel networks in the past, so I wasn't too excited about sending a message to that other email, especially when I've already committed wrongdoing. I figured it might be easier to communicate through a mutual friend of ours over Twitter, so I did. He said he'd let the Living Tombstone know, which I appreciate, but in the end, nothing happened. Now, I'm cool with that. I'm sure it came down to either bureaucracy of large companies, having more important things to do in life, or deciding that my appeal was not justified, all of which are valid reasons, so don't worry, I understand. But long story short, with just 1 copyright claim left on the video that covered 13% of the video's length, the entire video remained demonetized, and it has ever since. So I wasn't really mad at anyone for this happening, because it was mostly my fault for being so brazen to use other people's music without their permission. I guess I just get impatient when I work on a project I'm passionate about, because I didn't want to wait an extra day or 2 for a response email when I could just click upload now. Don't worry though, because I did give credit while the music was playing, and I'll try to keep doing that. After that video though, I kinda fell off the face of the internet for a few months, because I had this gut feeling that no future video I could make would ever do as well algorithmically as that one, and if even that one couldn't earn me a dime, then what's the point of even trying? It's a bit irrational of thinking given the circumstances, but you can't always explain why you feel jaded, you know? Anyway, I didn't think the demonetization was a worthy subject to publicly talk about until recently. I mean, I didn't make the video with profit in mind, and I had a few other channels that could cover the bills, so I wasn't gonna end up homeless or anything. But lately, I've been talking to more people about my Abacaba channel, and they asked, what's your average CPM? AKA, how much do you get paid per 1,000 views? To be honest, I didn't know. I took a guess. but it turns out that the truth was significantly higher than I had originally thought. I'm not going to reveal what it was because I think that violates some YouTube terms of service, but what I will say is that CPMs for longer videos are higher than for shorter ones because you can play more ads in that time. And given that my meme video is literally Abacabba's longest video, I can pretty confidently say that its CPM could have been around, do I really want to say it? $5. So I'm like, whatever, $5? You can buy a Starbucks coffee with that. But then I remembered, the view count on that video is decent. Because this video is demonetized in reality, its real CPM is $0 per 1,000 views. But what if it wasn't demonetized and the CPM was $5? So I decided to do some math and, oh, well, alright, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I see. Maybe I should have paid more attention when choosing my We Are Number One song. I mean, aside from choosing which college to go to, I can't think of many other decisions that led me to lose out on over $20,000. And get this, I later found out that LazyTown, the TV show behind the We Are Number One song, is very inviting to other people making memes off of their song. So I'm not certain, but it may have been the case that if I had just used the original, unremixed version of the song, I would have gotten full monetization. Perhaps my caution erred in the wrong direction. But hey, you live and you learn. It just sucks to think that, had I downloaded a different version of the same song, I could have enough more money to buy a car. Let me just tell you something about myself. I'm Carrie, I'm 22, and if I don't have a car, that means I'm just E. Well, I guess that's it for this story time video. I have some more stuff to say, but while that's happening, you'll only see this boring loop of me talking because I already animated 11 minutes for you and I'm pooped. Here's the first thing I want to address. A lot of you are probably thinking, this was just a misunderstanding, go monetize the video now. And you're right, it was just a misunderstanding, so no hard feelings here. However, a few months after this had all died down, I got a third copyright claim. What for? Well, near the end of the meme video, I used PewDiePie's music called YouTube Rewind 2018, but it's actually good. I chose it because it's pretty dense with relevant memes, and YouTube music tends to be safer to use. However, within that song, there's this 4-second portion of Lil Pump's song Eskedit, which I was not aware of. Now that song, Eskedit, despite not being my type of jam, did reach 24 on the Billboard Hot 100, so I'm sure there are lots of lawyers defending it, and that's a whole mess I don't want to get into. I could replace the, now, 2 segments with different audio in YouTube's editor, but to have 2 sudden changes in music in 4 seconds would be really jarring, not fun to watch. I have to decide whether I value the aesthetic quality of the current video more, or the ad revenue more. I mean, the video's 10 months old already, so it probably won't receive that much more ad revenue than it already has anyway. I dunno, I'm still debating it. Secondly, some of you might be thinking, what's wrong with Carrie's priorities? Too scared to just send an email to Screenwave Media, but willing to animate a whole 12-minute video complaining about it? And yeah, at first, that sounds pretty dumb. But to clarify, this video right here isn't supposed to be a rant, complaint, or call for help. I think what I realized after 10 months is that it's just a funny story. So I'm actually glad I got a chance to tell it, and maybe serve as a cautionary tale to other YouTubers who want to use YouTuber music. But that brings me to my next point, which is that lots of other people need that 20k more than I do. I'm lucky enough to be able to laugh at this silly story. But if someone were to compensate me with 20k right now, I don't think I deserve it. So I'd probably just donate it to, let's say, aid for coronavirus victims? Not sure yet. Thirdly, The Living Tombstone and Our Mutual Friend are both really cool people, and I've actually Discord called with him once, about 2 years ago. But yeah, not his fault, not the mutual friend's fault, it was just a misunderstanding. Now, fourthly, and this is really important. Do you live in the San Francisco Bay Area and want to meet me, aka Carrie? Well, I'm gonna be on some panel thingy at Stanford, California at 7 p.m. on Thursday, March 5th. Also, I just found out that the panel's actually closed to the public, but you can meet me before it happens, so come between 4 to 7 and I'll be in the area. It's my first time doing anything like this, so I'm a little nervous but also excited. Here are the details, and if you come, you should wear a red t-shirt so I know where to find you. You can also do this tongue thing to make it even easier for me to find you, I guess. I'm also on the fence about whether I want to go to this Rubik's Cube competition in Utah literally next weekend, the first February 29th of my 20s. You might have noticed that I'm ranked first on the psych sheet for this event because, yeah, that's right, I can memorize and solve a 5x5 Rubik's Cube blindfolded in 9 minutes. Woohoo, look at me, please think I'm cool, please, I'm begging you. But if I do go to that competition and you live near Utah and want to meet me, come to the venue during the awards ceremony at 4:45 p.m. and watch me maybe win something. Again, you have to wear a red t-shirt and do the tongue thing or else I'm gonna pretend you're invisible. Fifthly, I should honestly shift my YouTube strategy to only rely on in-video sponsors. I know this has always been true, but given how inconsistent I am with video uploads, that's been difficult. Plus, the meme video was statistically required to have some swear words in it, which most sponsors don't like. There's also some other memes that have made an appearance that I personally do not approve of, but I sadly need to stay true to the data. Regardless, going forward, I still feel like partnering with sponsors is better than, well, losing that. So if you're a company who's okay with having your brand being placed after the word fuck, send me an email. My next Abacaba project is probably going to be either girl names oldest to youngest or the history of internet slang. Bruh. No promises on hitting 4 million ever again though. But if you can offer a CPM higher than $5, well then, I don't really have a reason to resist. Sixthly, I know. Most of you viewers are subscribed to this channel because you want to see videos about artificial intelligence. First off, just subscribe to the Subreddit Simulator GPT-2 and AI Dungeon subreddits. They're amazing and they can explain themselves. And secondly, my AI videos are still coming. Remember how I said Catherine and I were taking a natural language processing class? Well, we did have a final class project.
Our team's goal is to create effective VSMs for representing emojis.
They'd often just place the extremely frequent emojis off to the side, which makes sense because high counts dominate the co-occurrence matrix. On the other hand, word2vec, which does involve weight matrices and a softmax output, performed better by grouping like words with like. But I'm not going to show all of that right now. Seventhly, congratulations to Data is Beautiful for being the first animated data visualization channel to reach 1 million subscribers. I love your soundtrack, but can you sort out this naming confusion? I never know which one of you is uploading what. Anyway, see you all later. Oh, that reminds me, thanks for 400k, that was like a year ago, lol. Oh, but then I realized I have, one left now. Oh, okay, 400,000. But you should subscribe, cause at 500,000 I'll do a computer reveal.
Didn't you already do that?
Okay, bye.